Okay, welcome back to lesson number 102. I share God's will for happiness for me. That's beautiful. Yeah, it's just a continuation of the last lesson, obviously, and it's just a way for us to deepen and realize that God's will is just so simple and it's so wholesome and so available. It's just happiness. So we'll read through this lesson, but I'd like you to start with your legs up on the wall. Have your bolster or your cushion off to the side and scoot in a little closer to the wall this time and see if you can have yourself a little closer, even if the knees bend a little bit, because you'll bend the knees, lift your hips high, and slide the bolster under your rump, just like that. And then extend the legs back up. And if you feel like you're sliding away, then it's probably worth starting all over and getting yourself in closer to the wall to begin with. All right, and then just rest here a moment. Open your palms toward the ceiling. Open your heart and your mind toward the light. I share God's will for happiness for me. Just rest in that thought. If I'm not happy, then there must be something blocking my connection to the Holy Spirit, which is it's the channel, it's the phone line, it's our connection to God. It's how God speaks to us through the Holy Spirit. And we can't try to increase the bandwidth of it. We can't try to improve that connection. All we can do is continually remove the blockages to it. Now bring your right knee toward the center chest and interlock your fingers over the knee and just sink into the shape. Let the knee come toward the center chest. Don't try to advance the shape. See, that's just as silly. Trying to advance the shape would be like trying to connect to God. We remove the blockages. We remove the barriers. That's the yoga. That's the practice. One of the blockages is this belief in suffering. And this paragraph, this lesson opens up with, you do not want to suffer. See, in truth, you do not want to suffer. You may think it buys you something and may still believe a little that it buys you what you want. Yet this belief is surely shaken now, at least enough to let you question it and to suspect it really makes no sense. It is not gone as yet, but lacks the roots that once secured it tightly to the dark and hidden secret places of your mind. Only the ego would value suffering and pain and loss and limit and lack. Let the yoga come to you. Nice and easy. Slowly move the knee toward the right shoulder. Just go in that direction. It's just a few degrees of movement. Go slow toward the right shoulder. Sensitive to the pressure you're applying. Relax your belly, relax your leg, relax your mind, and receive. In truth, we receive as we give. So when you feel this feeling of wholesomeness, this feeling of release and peace, just give it away. Just give it and feel it grow. We forgot that we are extensions of God's perfect love. We forgot that we are extensions of God's perfect happiness. And that free will gives us the same attributes, that we extend the love, we extend the happiness, just the same. Release your leg back up onto the wall, and we'll bend the left knee. Bring it toward the center chest. Interlock the fingers over the knee, and with your eyes closed, sink into the shape. Feel your way into any resistance. Feel your way into the blockage, and just smile upon it. And when we change our mind, we change our perspective. We choose the teacher for love. That makes all the difference. And it says here in paragraph 2, today we try to loose its weakened hold still further. It's talking about the hold we have on this idea that there's value in suffering. Today we try to loose its weakened hold still further and to realize that pain is purposeless, without a cause, and with no power to accomplish anything. See, and then we say, well, wait a minute, my pain, my suffering has all kinds of cause. Look at how I was raised. Look at my upbringing. Look at my parents, my family. Look at my friends. Look at my situation. I have all kinds of cause for pain and suffering. Well, what Spirit would say is, well, really? That's just the value we're giving to the illusion. We miscreated a dream, an illusion, and then we react to it, and it keeps us in this loop. That's why this whole course is getting us to go into the mind. We have to withdraw from the dream and realize there is no cause because there is no dream. It cannot purchase anything at all, talking about pain and suffering. It offers nothing and simply does not exist. And everything you think it offers you is lacking in existence like itself. You have been slave to nothing. Be you free today to join the happy will of God. Slowly move your knee these few degrees toward the left shoulder. You feel the sensations in the softer tissues, and you feel your way down deep into the hip and into the bones. And let that depth deep in the hip, let that depth be a reflection, a symbol of the depth we seek in mind. We're just going in. We want to get to the source of happiness. Money can't buy happiness. We've heard that one. Suffering cannot buy happiness. Have you heard that one yet? We must. We must be attracted to the suffering if we think it will bring us salvation. What an insane idea. Let's start to let that one go. We'll loosen our grip on that one as you release your leg back up onto the wall. And then interlock your fingers under your head. Yeah, if you need to adjust on the bolster, have that little adjustment. Fingers interlocked underneath your head. Slowly turn to the right. Just feel the turn. Feel the weight of your head and your hands. Rest in the shape. Reading on here, it says, for several days, we will continue to devote our periods of practicing to exercises planned to help you reach the happiness God will has placed in you. Wow. All right, let's pay attention. The happiness that we thought we were seeking outside of ourselves through people, places, and things, shiny objects, shiny places. We've all tried it. They lose their value so quickly because, in truth, they are valueless. Let's get to the source of happiness once and for all. It says, here is your home, and here your safety is. Wow, it's not only the happy source, it's the source of safety. Here is your peace, and here there is no fear. Here is salvation, and here is rest at last. To the ego, it's unbelievable. That's how we know it's true. To the ego, it's unattainable. And that part is true. The ego cannot attain happiness or safety or a state of mind devoid of fear. The ego mind cannot rest. Bring your head back to the center. Change the interlock of your fingers. And slowly turn your head to the left. See the movement, the shape, the body, everything about your physical experience is nothing but a vehicle. We're just using the body. We're using these words. We're using the book. We're using time. We're using gravity. We're using everything to find the source of happiness and peace and rest, perfect love. That's why the Course says purpose is everything. Now we'll just repeat the idea. I share God's will for happiness for me. and I accept it as my function now. We can't plan for it. We can't prepare for it. And that's kind of nice. It's just now, nowness. Eckhart Tolle wrote a book about the power of now. The Yoga Sutras open with the word now. It says, now seek this function deep within your mind, for it is there, awaiting but your choice. You cannot fail to find it when you learn it is your choice and that you share God's will. We're just opening up the channel. Swift and clean, we unite. Slowly bring your head back to the middle. Bring your arms down by your sides. And bend the knees, lift your hips, pull the bolster off to the side. And lower down slowly. See if you can use your legs. Hollow the belly a little bit, lower down slowly. Extend your legs back up a moment. Rest. Bend your knees, push yourself back. Stretch your arms and legs. I share God's will for happiness. For me. It's perfect happiness. Just like it's perfect peace and perfect love. Attributes we'll never find in these bodies in this world of form. Roll onto one side, push yourself up, find a comfortable seat. And I'll read the last paragraph. Just sit nice and easy, close your eyes, join. Yeah, the word join shows up 431 times. I had to count. Well, yeah, no, okay, sorry. I didn't count them. The concordance just kind of gives us this information. All right, so we join, we sit in stillness. Here's the last paragraph. Be happy, for your only function here is happiness. You have no need to be less forgiving to God's Son than He whose love created Him as loving as Himself. Wow, we've been denying that all this time. Besides these hourly 5-minute rests, pause frequently today to tell yourself that you have now accepted happiness as your one function. And be sure that you are joining with God's will in doing this. And I love this recommendation for these moments of rest, these moments to pause. And whatever it is that you're doing, see, that's what Spirit's trying to get us to do, is catch ourselves trying to accomplish the to-do list or trying to do these things that certainly aren't going to bring happiness and probably creating stress because they're probably a fear response. And so we just slow down and we say, wait a minute, yeah, what's my function? What does God will for me? Oh yeah, perfect peace, perfect happiness. Now let me put a foot forward. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's remember perfect happiness. Namaste.